Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I was reviewing this episode of 15 Minutes with the captains of IUIC. Now we're going to witness, or should I say watch, as the captain and his reader attempt to explain away to their audience that when you come across Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse on down, that word mark there, it means sin, by leveraging a verse from Job, the 10th chapter. Now, this is where the onus is on you, the listener, and if you're a member of IUIC, to look up and go into words, all right? Because the word mark in Job doesn't mean the same thing in the word mark in the book of Ezekiel. It doesn't mean the same thing in the word mark in the book of Revelation, all right? Remember, the responsibility is on you, because at this juncture, we all should be likened unto Bereans, looking into scriptures, going into words, searching the scriptures to find out if these things are true, right? But nevertheless, I want to let this play here. And of course, YouTube, I'm utilizing this short under the Fair Use Act. Again, fair use. Let's get right into it.
See that thing right there? That mark is sin, Job 10 and 14. All right, the abominations, the wickedness, the sin, the democracy, the policy, all of that stuff, LGBTQ, all of that in her hand, which is what? That mark of sin. Job 10 and 14.
Job chapter 10 verse 14.
Watch this.
If I sin,
If I what?
if I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity.
You see that thing? If thy sin, thou markest me. Now let's go back to Revelation 13 and verses 16, and I want 17 as well. Watch this, y'all.
Revelation chapter 13 verse 16.
Come on.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Come on.
Or in their foreheads.
Or in their forehead or in their minds. Come on.
And that no man might buy or sell.
That no man may what?
Buy or sell.
Buy or sell. Buy or sell. This is Trump today. This is America putting tariffs on China. This is America putting tariffs on Canada. This is America putting tariffs on Mexico. What are we reading? The Bible. Read on.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark.
Save he that had what?
Save he that had the mark.
The mark, meaning what? You have to be in agreement with who? America. Now,
Let's stop there, right? And let's come out of this here, and let's go directly to the verse that he referenced, all right? And what I have lined up for you are several examples, right? We got Job chapter 10, Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, Romans chapter 16, verse 17, and lastly, we'll finish with Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go into that word mark in each verse to show you that it means something different each time, okay? Now, let's start here in the book of Job, chapter 10, verse 14. And it reads, If I sin, thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. And that's why sometimes you can read different verses, but ultimately you have to go into the blue letter and get a better understanding and or a deeper understanding of the word. I'll use one example of a different translation. Let's read the Young's literal translation. And it reads this, If I sin, thou hast observed me, and from mine iniquity doest not acquit me. Now, with that being said, let's come out of this and let's go into the blue letter, right? Okay. Now, this is the blue letter. This is the book of Job, chapter 10, verse 14. Now, let's come down to that word mark, right? Now, the word mark there, what does it mean? Does it mean the same thing in Revelation, the 13th and the 16th chapter? No, it does not, right? This word mark here in the Greek, it gives us what?
Strong's H 8104. Shamer. Shamer.
Now, chamer, right? And what does it mean down here? Now, of course, it gives us various definitions, but what did that basic plain translation give us? It says to watch or what? Observe, okay? Now, let's come out of this here and let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. Just utilizing various scriptures because you have to go into the word mark in each verse and on each scripture, okay? This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, and it reads, And the Lord in all caps is Yahweh, said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Now let's come out of this scripture and let's go directly to that word mark there back in the blue letter. I just want to show you that I'm going to the blue letter. Now let's come down to that word mark there, okay? Now the word mark there, what does it mean? What does it give us in the Greek?
Strong's H 8420. Tav.
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 Tav, right? But what is the definition? Desired mark, but what does it state there? Mark as a sign of exemption from what? Judgment. And should we be the elect? That's what we want. We want that mark of exemption from judgment. But now let's come out of this here, right? Now let's go to Romans, the 16th chapter, and the 17th verse. And it reads, Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them that cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Now let's come out of this here, right? Let's go back to the blue letter, right? And there we are, Romans chapter 16, verse 17. Now let's come down to that word mark there, okay? Bear with me 1 second. I should actually probably have on my glasses here. There we go. I already passed the word. Now let's go to the word mark there. And what does it give us now? What does it give us?
Strong's G 4648. Scapeo. Scapeo.
See, I hope that you're seeing that the word mark changes depending upon how it's used, okay? Now, we have here the word mark. It means what? Scopeo, okay? Now, what does it mean there? Okay? It means to look at, to observe, to contemplate, to mark, to fix one's eyes on, okay? You're putting that scopeo on, that scope on them. You're marking them out, you see? Because they cause what? Division. Now, let's come out of this here. And let's finish here in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. And it reads, And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, right? Now, what does the word mark mean there? Okay, let's go directly to it. We're going to go back to the blue letter. This is Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, okay? And this is where we all have had to do our homework. This makes your case strong, all right? Now let's come down to the word mark here, okay? Bear with me 1 second, Papa Kusha. Down. Now, what does the word mark mean there? It means what?
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
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 Charagma, right? It means what? A stamp, an imprinted mark, right? Of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand, as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. And what's that? That's the RFID micro C hit. But let's go a little farther into this word here. It goes from charagma to what?
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
Now what does it mean here? A pale or stake or palisade, right? A palisade or a rampart, right? A pale between which earth, stones, trees, timbers are heaped and packed together. And what that essentially is, let's go a little further. See, that's what happens when you go into words. So you go from charagma, you go to charax, then you go to what?
Strong's G 1125. Grapho.
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 Grapho. It means what? What does grapho mean? To write with reference to the form of letters. And we know that that's going into, let's read a little further here. I'm reading a little bit more. To delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material. And that's what this New World Order, they're going to implement. They're going to pierce you with that RFID micro C hip. That's what you're going to need to have to function in the upcoming society. They're going to have a variety of options, okay? No matter how you take it, whether it's your hand, your head, your foot, your ankle, don't take the RFID micro C hip, okay? It's really that plain, okay? The responsibility is on you to look up these words, to go into these things, okay? Listening to these damn men, your ass is going to be in the lake of fire. You understand? When I came across that, it inspired me to do this particular video. Now the responsibility is on you to go back and to look into all these words. And there's several other scriptures I could have brought up, but I hope through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, this quick video has been edifying. Shalom.